Hi, hello, namaste. A very warm welcome to bio classes. Yesterday we started a new chapter, that is a biotechnology principle and a process. Very interesting chapter and a very tricky chapter. And already what we have learnt related to the genetic material, that is related to the DNA or RNA. That means what already we have learnt, gathered the knowledge related to the genes. So regarding those materials, we need to give them applications for those materials. That means by using those materials, what are the applications we can see in our daily lives, or what are the techniques that we can use in case of the living organisms to get the benefit. So let me summarize it in a general sense. Where in a general sense I am talking about. So here, just imagine, we human beings particularly, we are depending on other animals. That means we will get the use from other animals. Say for example, from the cattle we will get the daily use. That means in the form of milk, in the form of cow dung, whatever it is. Or if you want to consider service, agriculture service, we will get the from cattle. From the birds we will get the daily benefits. From the aquatic organisms we will get the benefit. From the crops means plants. From the plants, agricultural plants, from other plants, from medicinal plants. So from different plants, from different animals, not only from them, even from microorganisms also we are getting the benefit. Say for example, in a microbes in human welfare chapter you understood, we are getting antibiotics from the microorganisms, we are getting enzymes from the microorganisms, we are getting organic acids from the microorganisms, our milk get converted into curd by the microorganisms, and preparation of toddy, that is by the microorganisms, preparation of idli and dosa, fermented products, that is by the microorganisms, and treatment of sewage water, that is by the microorganisms. That means we will get many services, many products by the microorganisms, by the animals, by the plants. So that is one type, or that is one category. But here, of course we are getting a benefit from them, but thing is, we have to increase that benefit. We have to double that benefit. From the same organisms, we have to get more and more benefit. Then what is the solution? We have to change the characters of the organisms according to our wish. Are you getting my point? We have to change the characters of the organisms according to our benefit. So that is the whole thing about the biotechnology. So here in the biotechnology, we are getting the benefit from the organisms. That means benefit means whether it is a product or service, whatever it is, we are getting a benefit from the organisms. For that reason, we are changing slightly the organisms. We are changing the characters of the organism to some extent. So that is nothing but the biotechnology. So how we are changing that one? So we are having some particular principles. On the principle basis, we are changing the organism's characters. And these principles are following, that means the processes are following these principles. That means steps, how we can change the organisms, how we can bring the change in the organisms. So particularly we are having some principles and processes for biotechnology here. And yesterday we observed one thing, two types of biotechnologies. One is ancient or old biotechnology, next one is a modern or a new biotechnology. In ancient or old biotechnology, we were using the organisms as it is to get any product or services. We were not changing the organism. But in a modern or a new form of biotechnology, we are changing organisms. What we are doing? We are changing organism. Now this chapter, it is particularly concerned with how we can change the organism according to our wish. That means it is concerned to the modern biotechnology, right? So that modern biotechnology, here the modern biotechnology, it is a majorly depending on two principles. principles of biotechnology, right? For the biotechnology, what are the principles? How we can change the organisms? Majorly we are having two principles. The first principle, very most principle is genetic engineering. The first one, the first principle is genetic engineering. For any work, for any process, there must be one principle behind, right? For the biotechnology, this is the first principle behind. What that principle is? Genetic engineering. And one thing, engineering means it is the work which involves techniques. Engineering means it is something, whatever it is the work which involves some techniques, technology. And here we are applying technologies in the case of genetic material. Here genetic means genetic material. In the case of genetic material, we are applying some techniques. For what? To change the genetic material. So here, in that sense, genetic engineering means it is change the chemistry of DNA or RNA. What it is? It is the change of chemistry of DNA or RNA. Yes, here we should come to know how to change the chemistry of DNA or RNA. And already we know what actually that DNA is or what actually that RNA is. Deoxyribose nucleic acid and ribose nucleic acid. So both are the genetic materials, right? This is the maximum genetic material in most of the organisms. In a few viruses, RNA is a genetic material. Now, what we need to do? We need to change the organism. We need to change the character of the organism. And that changed character is a benefit to the human beings. This is the whole idea. That means if you want to change the organism means we have to change the genetic material of the organism, right? If you want to change the character means characters are controlled by the genes. Genes are present in the genetic material. That means we have to change the genetic material. That change, it is by the chemistry of a genetic material, not a physics. It's a chemistry we need to change. If you want to change the chemistry of the DNA, sorry, physics of the DNA means just the shape of the DNA is changed, remaining all the things are as it is. If you want to change the chemistry of the DNA means we are changing the base pairs of the DNA to some extent. That means we are adding some extra genes or we are removing some genes. We are adding some extra genes or we are removing some genes. Say for example, if this is the DNA means, in this DNA, imagine total 10 genes are already present. Imagine out of 10 genes, if I cut and remove one gene means now 9 genes are remained. That means chemistry of the DNA is changed. Why? Because some of the base pairs are removed. Suppose if I add one gene extra, then the total number of genes are 11. Then again it indicates the chemistry of the DNA is changed. DNA or RNA, whatever it is. So that we need to change first. When the chemistry gets changed, automatically characters are also changed to some extent. When the characters are changed, automatically the organism phenotype changed. That means organism changed. That organism is more benefit to the human beings. So that is the thing. So if you are changing the chemistry of DNA or RNA means that is genetic engineering. And now this changed DNA. Changed DNA or RNA, that means any one genetic material. Changed DNA or RNA, it is introduced into host. What is the next step? It is introduced into the host. that DNA. Say for example, imagine this is one E. coli cell, bacteria E. coli cell. This bacteria is having its own DNA, right? It is having its own DNA. Now this bacteria do not have insulin gene. It is not having the insulin gene. Now we are taking one insulin gene from the human DNA. That gene, that means chemistry of the DNA changed. That gene introduced into this bacteria. Which bacteria? E. coli bacteria. Now the E. coli bacteria will work as host cell or host organism. Host means any organism or any cell which is receiving the part of the DNA or which is receiving the gene. Are you getting the point? Host means it is the member or it is the cell or it is the organism which is receiving the extra material. So here that changed DNA or RNA is introduced into the host. It is introduced into the host. Then this host cell start showing that character. Which character? That insulin production character. But earlier it was not producing the insulin. That character was absent. When this gene is introduced, then host cell is expressing that character. So what it indicates? It's a phenotype get changed. So host phenotype is changed. Phenotype means external character appearance. So here the character get changed. Are you getting the point? E. coli cell earlier it was not preparing the insulin. Our aim, we need to produce the insulin from this E. coli cell. That means we have to use this E. coli cell. Now the E. coli cell is working as the host. That means we need to introduce the DNA, that means insulin gene, into the E. coli cell. After adding that insulin gene, chemistry of the DNA get changed. Chemistry of the DNA get changed. So that whole process we will refer it as genetic engineering. So what will refer it as? Genetic engineering. And genetic engineering, actually this process, this idea is given by Paul Berg. Who is that scientist? Paul Berg. And because of that reason, Paul Berg he is considered as father of genetic engineering. Paul Berg is considered to be the father of genetic engineering. So genetic engineering, are you getting my point? Imagine genetic engineers, what they will do in general sense. Engineers, say for example, if he is a civil engineer, then he will construct a building or he will demolish the building. He will construct the building or he will demolish the building. For construction, for demolition of the buildings or any constructions, he is having some ideas. He is having some techniques. Construction and destruction. In the same way, cutting and joining. Cutting and joining. What is that? DNA. Cutting the DNA and joining the DNA. So that is also an engineering. But what type of engineering? Genetic engineering. Cutting and joining different DNAs means automatically chemistry of the DNA get changed. Then when that DNA present in the host, then a host character also changed. That means a host phenotype is changed. So that is the genetic engineering, the first one, first principle, right? Next, the second principle. Bioprocess engineering, or it is also considered to be the chemical engineering. Bioprocess engineering, or it is also called as chemical engineering. This is the second principle of biotechnology. The second principle. Now, what actually this mean? These words indicates bioprocess engineering or chemical engineering. Now, what is prepared here? Host cell. Now, inside the host cell there is gene. Our desired gene is present, right? Now, this host cell or organism, any one organism, say for example any one plant or any one animal, whatever it is, we will consider as a host. Now, host cell, its a DNA chemistry is changed. Why? Because we have added one extra gene. That means its chemistry is changed. Now, that host cell, its a phenotype also changed. Now, that host cell should be grown more. That means we need to get a more number of these host cell. Why? Because our character expressing gene is present in this bacteria. We need to produce this kind of many bacteria. That means host cell or host organism should undergo multiplication. It should undergo multiplication. That means producing many copies. But thing is, for producing only these bacteria, for multiplying only these bacteria, that means the bacteria which has taken our gene, that is by the genetic engineering, we have to grow only these bacteria. We have to produce more copies of this bacteria only, not other bacteria. That means if you want to grow only this kind of bacteria, means we have to kill other bacteria which are growing together. If you want to kill other bacteria, means we have to maintain sterile environment. What we need to maintain? We need to maintain a sterile environment. So by maintaining a sterile environment, it is also called as aseptic medium. Which medium? Aseptic medium. So by maintaining sterile environment, we have to grow only the host cell, not other organism. Now you can ask the question, why we need to maintain this sterile environment? Say for example, now imagine I have taken one E. coli cell. Not only, let us consider 1000 E. coli cells. Now imagine 1000 E. coli cells are present at my hand, on my hand here, and all the 1000 E. coli cells are having insulin genes. Now I want to grow only 1000 E. coli cells. To grow those cells, to multiply those cells, I have to give the food to those cells. If I am giving the food to those cells, means along with these bacteria, other extra bacteria which are present in the environment, present in the air, present in the water, present in the food material, present on the solid materials. So those bacteria also enter here and they will also start growing along with host bacteria. So at that time we cannot get the product properly. Hence we have to avoid other bacteria. We have to grow only these host bacteria. For that reason we need to maintain sterile environment. For maintaining sterile environment, we are adding some chemicals or we are maintaining some particular conditions. So that whole thing we will refer it as bioprocess engineering or chemical engineering. Bioprocess engineering or chemical engineering. Okay. Now the host cells will multiply in which medium? In the in the sterile condition. In the sterile condition, host cells will multiply. We will get many host cells and all the host cells inside those are having our desired gene. Right? Now we will get more quantity of product. That means we will get gene product next. And that gene product next it is subjected for separation and purification. Next it is subjected for separation and purification. separation of that product and purification of the product. Say for example, here we have taken the example of insulin hormone produced by the bacteria. It is separated and purified. So all of these steps are coming under this bioprocess engineering or chemical engineering. So these are the two principles. On these two principles, what is the first principle? Genetic engineering. Second principle, bioprocess engineering or chemical engineering. On these two principles, the whole biotechnology is working. Right? Are you getting the point? On these two principles, the biotechnology is working. And now, if we consider one interesting concept, just I told you, organisms are changing. Right? Whether we can change organisms only in the biotechnology or whether organisms can change themselves. That means whether organisms can change on their own or whether organisms are changed only in the biotechnology. Yes, even organisms can change themselves. How means? The organisms can be changed in sexual reproduction. Right? So in the sexual reproduction, we can change the organism's character. That means variation. We are having two types of reproductions. Already you have learnt in the first chapter. That is in the reproduction in organisms. There already you have learnt. Right? So there, two types of reproductions. Sexual reproduction, asexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, there is no mixing of two DNAs. There is no mixing of mother DNA and father DNA. Why? Because so that is uniparental. That means only mother is present. And there in asexual reproduction, clones are formed. So that is one concept. In the case of sexual reproduction, so here actually sperm and egg, two are combining. So sperm, it is coming from the father and egg, it is coming from the mother. Now father DNA content present in the sperm, mother DNA content present in the egg, both are mixing after fertilization. After fertilization, both are mixing and we will get the zygote. Right? And this zygote, it is having haploid content from the father and haploid content from the mother. That means if it is the human cell, if it is a human reproduction, then 23 chromosomes from the sperm, 23 chromosomes from the mother, haploid from father, haploid from mother. That means it becomes a diploid. That means one set of father DNA, one set of mother DNA, both are mixed. Both are mixed. That means chemistry of the DNA get changed by the mixing here. But here the mixing is natural. It is occurring natural. Here no one is doing that one. It is occurring naturally. That means here also by the sexual reproduction, we are changing the organism, and those changed organisms we will refer them as variants. What will refer them as? Variants. Why? Because here variation is occurring. Variation means the organisms are changing from generation to generation, from parents to offspring. The organisms are changing. Why? Why? Because slightly the DNA is going to change by that variation. When a variation occurs, that is a sexual reproduction. That means in the sexual reproduction we can bring the change in the organism. How we are looking right now, we are not exactly same as that of our parents. That means we are not exactly looking like our father, we are not exactly looking like our mother, but we are looking slightly different. Why? Because variation is present. That means here also changes occurs. Here also characters are changing, slightly characters are changing, and here also we are changing the characters. Then what is the difference between this change and this change? Then difference, we should ask the difference. Here the differences, what we are studying, the change in the phenotype, we cannot control the change in the phenotype here. Say for example, father's skin color is dark. Father's skin color is dark. Mother's skin color is white. Then what is the skin color of children? Whatever it is, it may be dark, it may be white, it may be medium color, whatever it is, any option is there here. So that change in the phenotype that occurs in sexual reproduction, we can't guess it, we can't predict it, we can't control it. But in biotechnology, we can guess it, we can control it. Why? Because we are doing this one. So this is in vitro. This is in vitro and this is in vivo. In vivo means it is occurring in the organism's body naturally, and it is occurring out of the organism's body, that is in test tube or whatever it is, that is in the lab condition. In the lab condition, we can control the change in the phenotype organism, or we can predict the change in the organism, but here we can't. So what I am telling is, so here that variation may be beneficial or harmful, or we will refer it as lethal. The change in the organisms, that variation in the organism from generation to generation, whether it may be beneficial or harmful. Harmful means lethal, dangerous. That change may be benefit to the organism or it may be dangerous to the organism. But in the case of biotechnology, we are bringing the organism, we are bringing the change in the organism. Why? Because we are changing the chemistry of DNA, means that change is always beneficial. Where? In the case of biotechnology. In the case of biotechnology, the change in the organism, the change in the phenotype of the organism, the variation is beneficial. But in case of sexual reproduction, here also changes occur in the organisms, but here it may be beneficial or it may be harmful or lethal. Lethal means deadlier one, may be useful or may be dangerous one, whatever it is. So why it is occurring means, in the case of sexual reproduction, in the case of sexual reproduction, both wanted and unwanted genes are mixed. So here in a sexual reproduction, we can't control the sexual reproduction in organisms. So here both wanted and unwanted genes are mixing. But in the case of biotechnology, we are only taking the selected gene, we are only mixing that gene. That means here only wanted genes are mixed. That means here there is no side effect, here there is no problem. That means according to our wish we can change the organism phenotype, but here we can't control that one. Why? Because all the genes are mixing together, wanted and unwanted, whatever it is. So that is the major problem here. Then where we can observe this kind of sexual reproduction, that means where we can observe this kind of reproduction pattern, that means for demonstration purpose. So we can observe in case of hybridization process. Hybridization, that is in case of animal, so as well as in the case of a plant. So already we have heard this term hybridization. Which chapter? Yes, strategies for enhancement in food production. In that chapter already we have observed. So plant hybridization, plant breeding, animal hybridization, animal breeding, plant breeding and animal breeding. We have heard that one. So in a plant and animal breeding, so there majorly sexual reproduction present between two different breeds or two different organisms. We were just crossing. After crossing, wanted and unwanted, both the type of genes may be mixed there. But in case of biotechnology, we are mixing or we are adding only the selected genes, not unwanted genes. So here we can observe in case of hybridization. That means hybridization, actually this is old method. Hybridization means it is nothing but sexual reproduction. We are bringing the sexual reproduction in two different varieties, in two different plants, in two different animals. So that is hybridization. Whether we are performing hybridization recently or from old days, yes, our forefathers, our farmers, our ancestors, they were having the idea of this hybridization. They were crossing two different breeds. That means it is an old method. But in hybridization, they were mixing the wanted and unwanted genes together. That means they were unable to predict the actual combination of the genes, combination of the characters. That means hybridization, it is a one form of old biotechnology. Hybridization, it is one form of old biotechnology, ancient biotechnology. But here we are only controlling that mixing of a gene, that changing the character of the organism means this is modern biotechnology. And that modern biotechnology majorly having two principles, genetic engineering and bioprocess or a chemical engineering, right? So the same mixing of a gene, that is also occurring, but that is in the sexual reproduction, that is old method. Sorry, that means we cannot control that one. But here we can control this one. Here this is in vitro chemistry change in the DNA. This is in vivo chemistry change in the DNA. That is the only difference, right? Yes. In the next class, let us start from this genetic engineering. Let us start from the first principle. What actually that genetic engineering is, how we can perform that genetic engineering, and afterwards we can see the second principle also, right? In the next class we can continue with that genetic engineering. If you are having any doubts regarding this one, please message, or in the comment section please give your messages. Yes, thank you.